Welcome to the homestead. Glad you're watching. Well, we were gone for 5 days, and in our absence we had a tornado watch, and the winds were getting quite gusty out here in 9 counties, our county included, and something happened. Do y'all remember our white tarp? Where is it? It used to be where that nice tall patch of grass is. Well, it found its way over that direction. And yes, we had it staked down this time. It doesn't matter. Those winds were pretty fierce. But they weren't fierce enough to do any other damage on the property, and we are so blessed by that. And even though it moved the tarp, it really didn't damage it. We also have a blue tarp in this pond right here. We have another blue tarp way out towards that other pond. We have a blue tarp over there. So we're going to need to gather up our tarps. Look at that sheet of ice. That's something. Whole pond's frozen over. It's supposed to get even colder. The whole pond behind me that we're digging is starting to look really good and take its shape. We still have tons more dirt to come out of the hole, but just the little bit we lowered down, you can see that there's a nice shape coming about. It's coming from that direction. Now you remember our burn pile, and we had dip over here and a dip over here. Well, over here, it's creating its own pond. It's gone down some since we first saw it last night when we arrived, but it's definitely filling up with water, so we're going to have to make a decision. Are we going to try to take it from there over to here, or are we going to leave it? So as you can see, the water that's building up on this side, but the pond's on that side. So we're going to need to make a decision. Start digging away. We need some dirt. We're going to use that dirt on one side to fill the other side, whichever we decide to do. I don't think we want it to go both sides, but you know what? I don't know. We're gonna worry about that at another time. Right now, I see a tarp way back there. Need to go collect it. On the way to collecting that tarp out there, I noticed puddling right here and puddling over there. So again, we have 2 spots here and there. One of them needs to be covered with dirt to allow for our stream to run into the pond and not have standing water. And we're going to work on that one as well. But let's keep going to get that tarp. One of the things we did last year, which we totally forgot to do this year before the first really big winter storm started, was put blocks on top of the wood piles to prevent the tarps from going places. These blue tarps that are over in this section, they were covering the pallets. No big deal. The one section over there, as you saw, the pallets were all open up. We had the 2 blue tarps down and then the brown tarp on top. And those we are going to have to make sure that they get blocks put on them, because we cannot have our wood being exposed to the elements until we're ready to use. Luckily, we're going to end up separating that pallet today, and so getting prepared for our big build. And so it's all right that it got exposed. As a matter of fact, the pallet next to it is going to be opened up, so we have places to separate and lay our wood. And you'll get to see that coming up. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and put some blocks on this corner because it is neighbor. It looks like it's already trying to come up. These 2 blocks are kind of glued together. That's curious. I wonder what's holding them together. Ice maybe? Don't know, but they're stuck. sticking those two blocks together. Okay, got those secure. Let's check out that tent tarp. Well, as far as I can tell, other than a few thorns that went through it here and there, it's in good shape. None of the poles are bent and the tarp's in good condition. So basically it just traveled from that side and around those trees and tucked itself in here. There's no way for it to go a straight line, so kind of funny. It must just tumbled along. Who knows? Anyhow, now it's time to get working. Well, that tent tarp that laid right there, we had U-staples about this long holding it down all the way around, and because it is gone, so are those U-staples. So we got to keep our eyes peeled around the property as we go, because we don't want those to get tied up into the lawnmower when we do get around to mowing. But there are gosh, I don't know how many, 8. There's 8 of them floating around somewhere, so we're gonna have to find them at some point. Here I'm at the back of Lee's truck, and the Christmas stuff we had taken over to our daughter's house and decorated her yard with, we have brought back, and now it's all in here. We also have the extra gate pieces and some other things, and all this has to be unloaded, so I'm gonna start there and unload this truck. By the way, somebody asked us on the comment section when we were going to take down our Christmas lights. Well, our Christmas lights were taken down around January the 3rd, I think. 3rd, 4th, I'm not real sure, but at the beginning part of January, and we put them away. Our videos lag behind about a week. When we're at the property, we have no way to upload any videos, so we have to wait till we get back to the city, and that's when we do our uploading. And so unfortunately there is a delay, but Christmas lights are down. Christmas lights have been down around the same amount of time for my daughter's house. They just were in boxes in her garage. And so there you go. Thank you for asking that question. Okay, there's a lot of big heavy boxes in there. I'm not going to be able to get them. Lee has a system. He puts a board and whatever. Anyhow, I'm going to just take this box over there, and then we'll get tongue-tied. Then we'll get busy on our actual projects. One of the things that happened was that the puppy potty roll came out of the dispenser when it was windy, I guess, and we found it way over there. Found it, rolling it back up. I'm going to put it back inside the hole, but that is the downside to buying the smaller puppy rolls, because they do come out quite easily, and I have no choice. I ordered, like, I don't know, I got 150 of these rolls, so it's going to be forever before I ever need any more, but they do make bigger rolls, so I suggest if you have a big container like this, buy the bigger roll. I think I'm going to get a clamp and clamp it right there to make sure that it doesn't come out again, because we've chased these down in the past as well. And because when it gets towards the latter part where there's only a few bags left, they just kind of fall out. So I think I'm going to get a clamp it up. I won't show you that, but that's what I'm going to do. As you know, if you've been watching our videos, we took this section right here and we moved the fencing from that section and put it back here in this section. And we bought 8 more pieces to go ahead and finish this section with fencing. We also bought some short ones. They didn't work. The ones we bought, they were 24 inches, so we're going to use those for something else. We bought some 16 inches, and we're going to put those all along the edge of the RV so the dog can't go under the RV. And then that's going to create a bigger section, but also this winter, when we're sitting here by the fire pit, Baxter will be able to join us and won't be running the yard. And he's getting a little bit defiant because he's getting like braver, taking more section of the yard, thinking he can do whatever he wants, and we cannot have him doing that. And so, especially at nighttime when the coyotes are out, the further he gets from us, the more in danger he gets. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that fencing today. Okay, with that stuff out of the way, I'm ready to put up the fencing. The reason we had to move that stuff away from the fence line is because the cat uses stuff to jump over. Without the stuff to jump on, the cat can't come over. So moving it away from the fence line, and the cat's probably smarter than I am, and he'd probably get out anyway, but that was the plan. So the rain that fell back in the city as well as here seems to real dirty, muddy, or there just was they picked up a lot of dirt as the wind blew and the rain fell, because everything has mud on it. Lights, everything, it's like a filmy mud. And you should see all the cars in the city. They're just muddy. And so there was a lot of dirt in the air when it rained.
We sure want to thank you for watching us out on the homestead. Thank you for sharing your time with us. We really appreciate it, and we have a lot of fun making these videos. We'll see you next time here on the homestead.